What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Briar's LNL video, and we're going to be building a little fountain today. So let's get into this video.
I turned off the lights, I got off the wires. When I close my eyes, disconnected and tired.
So I'm first going to go through all the stuff you're going to need to build a fountain like this. You're going to need some sort of barrel or like a nice looking pot. This is going to be your outside and it's what you're going to see. So I went with the barrel because it looks nice. And I'm going to need to put a bucket in it because the barrel won't hold water and it already had holes in it. So you take the holes and you expand one so you can fit the extension cord up and through. This way you won't see the extension cord because I'm not going to have it draped out over. The extension cord is going to run all the way over to the outlet. I'm going to tuck it up under the deck so you won't see the cord, which is nice. If you get a pot that doesn't have holes in it, you can just drape the extension cord out over and then run it to your outlet. But that's one way to do it. Even if you have a plastic pot, you can still drill a hole in it and do it that way, but you're going to have to get a bucket like I did. So you're going to probably need an extension cord. If your fountain is close enough to an outlet, you can just use the cord that's up to the pump. And usually those cords are pretty long, but mine won't reach the outlet, so I have an extension cord. So then you're going to need your bucket. It's going to have to be bigger than 10 quarts. And it's going to have to be smaller than your actual pot or barrel because it needs to fit in there. And it has to be at least 4 inches shorter than the bigger pot or barrel. Because you want your funnel to sit up into the bucket and not stick out. So that's where you're going to build your funnel out, sheet metal, and you're going to cut it out in a circle. So basically you cut it out in a circle, you measure your pot, and then you cut it out in the circle. To get the perfect circle, you use the string and the pencil, tie it to it, and then you trace it out. And then you're going to eventually put a small hole in the middle. You're going to measure what the width of your fountain, and you're going to drill the hole out in the middle or cut it out, and then you're going to have to cut a line down the middle so you can actually pull the two sides together to make the funnel shape. And then what you're going to have to do is drill on either side and use like a thin wire and twist it together, and then that's going to detach the whole funnel together. It's going to attach it, and then you're going to need to seal that all up with silicone so water doesn't go through the crack and run all out into the barrel and not go in the bucket. So you're going to have to use some silicone, which I did on the front and the bottom. So now the water won't flow up through it, and I also painted it black so then you don't see it. So then you're going to have to use stone to put on top of the funnel so you don't see the ugly looking funnel, and you also can use stone to dress up around your fountain. Now you're going to need some type of pump fountain kit. Mine is a pump that's separate from the nozzle kit. It actually doesn't work with the pump, but the pump is a 155 to 300 gallon per hour pump. You can adjust how much water it pumps out, and I have it all the way up so it gets the maximum water flowage out of the top. It comes with the long cord so you can reach an outlet if you're close enough, but mine won't. This pump is Smart Pond, and so is the nozzle kit I got. This nozzle kit won't fit your pump, so you're going to have to use electrical tape and put it around the nozzle, then slide it up over really tight, and then put more tape around the outside. The water will actually still flow, and no suction is lost. It's kind of rigged, but it's what it is. It comes with 2 nozzle tips. It comes with the trumpet and the water spray. Now the trumpet will be the only one that works because the water spray spits out too much water and it flies everywhere, and you're going to lose too much water, and then there'll be no water left. So you're going to have to use the trumpet head. So now I got the extension cord all stretched out to where it's going to need, and then all the access cord is just going to be laying in the pot next to the bucket. And then I also leveled out the pot to make sure you get even water flow. So now it's level. I got the extension cord to it. I'm going to now take the extension cord and make a little slicing in the ground and stick it in the ground to run over there. You're not supposed to do that. You should do it professionally, but I'm just going to do that. I did it last year and it worked perfectly fine. And the reason I'm not going to go under the deck is because we have a lot of chipmunks around here and we had problems with them chewing cords before, so I'm just going to do that. So basically, to make this cut, I'm just using a stick edger. We're just going to take the edger, push down on it. There's a rock right there. Push down, and then you're going to wiggle it back and forth. Then you're just going to come and tuck the cord down in this little cut here, and then you're going to cover it back up, and you won't even see it. So now I got the extension cord going right up to the outlet, and it's running all underground right here through this little pathway all the way up to the barrel. So now I'm gonna fill up the bucket and set it in there. So now I got my bucket of water filled almost. There's about like 3 inches of empty space, so I got it pretty full. Now this bucket will sometimes drain a lot of water out because it sometimes splashes out of the fountain, so you might want to add some water once in a while. You just pour it into the stone on top, but this is a good water amount to start with. You're going to take your pump, place it the closest you can to the middle, pretty center. So then you got your extension cords tucked to the side of the bucket. I got them all tucked to this side because this is where most of the water is going to run that direction, because it has a little bit of a pitch going that way, but not much. So then you're going to take your funnel, slide it over, but you're going to have to take your top off, and with this nozzle kit you can just unscrew the top. Then you can just slide the funnel right over. Well, first you're actually going to want to make sure you have it plugged in. So you're going to plug it in. This cord is a little bit corroded from last year because of all the moisture in here, but you're probably going to want to replace that every 2 years. So you slip this right over. Make sure it's sitting, the edges are all touching the spot. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to add a piece of wood underneath the bucket to give it more, make it more stable for the funnel, because you're going to be putting a decent amount of weight on it with this stone. So now it's going to be pretty sturdy. You're going to take your top, screw it back on. Make sure it's tight. Make sure the pump is still suctioned to the pot. It's pretty center. You can slide around a little bit, make sure it's center. I don't know if this level will work for this, but look center now. So then you're going to take your stone. You can use whatever type of stone you want. I just got a white stone. Take a big rock, place it here, and all around so the smaller rocks don't fall up through. So now the little small rocks won't go through all of that small gap there, so you're good with that. Now I'm just going to place all the rocks all around the funnel. it so I have all the rocks covering over the funnel. I bring the rocks all out to the edge so it's cleaner and looks nicer. Now it's just time to turn on the fountain. I gotta touch up the stone up around the bottom, but I won't do that till after I get mulch. It'll look a lot better, but now it's the moment of truth. How will look. So I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it works. Which I thought it would. Looks like it's leaning a little bit over this way, so I'm gonna straighten it up a little bit. Looks pretty solid now. So it looks good. You can do this any way you want. You can personalize this the way you want to do the stone, the pot, or whatever. You can do it exactly like this if you want. So the last step I recommend is you can add a light to this, some sort of spotlight. It'll look really nice and you'll be able to see it in the night. So I'm going to take this stake, just a pipe painted black so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb light. And I'm going to take a rubber mallet and just drive it in right here. Just this side, so it's straight. Stakes in there pretty good. And then this type of spotlight, I just take the stake out of the bottom and then it just slips right over the piping. You just angle your light over, adjust the solar panel to where you get the most sun. Which I just move this out to a sunny spot during the day so it gets a lot more sun and it'll stay lit longer. Now it's all set up. So that's about it. Now you know how to build a small fountain in your backyard. And it's very nice and it's easy to do. So stay tuned for more videos and see you on the next one.